Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hattrick's Unofficial Flyers podcast. This is Rick Mullen. I'll be your host tonight. And we are going to talk about the Flyers versus the New York Islanders. They just got done playing, and go Flyers. What a game. The Flyers came out flying, absolutely flying. I think this is one of the best games they've played in a long time. They took down the Islanders 4-1. It was an incredible feat by the entire team. Nobody really looked too bad tonight. Everyone chipped in. Everyone was skating. It was a really, really good game. We're going to talk about stats real quick. So, stats for the night. The New York Islanders had 22 shots to the Flyers 21. So the Flyers got less shots tonight than they've gotten in a long time. You know, they've been doing pretty high 30, 40, I think, one night shot-wise. But tonight they were held to 21. Hits 26 by the Islanders, 25 by the Flyers. They were out-hit tonight. That's kind of new, too, recently. Flyers have been out-hitting teams a lot. Penalty minutes by the Islanders were 4. Philly had 6. In the face-off dot, the New York Islanders dominated. They had 58.6% on the face-off dot to the Flyers 41.4%. And good game. It was a good game to watch. This was a game that must win. They had to win, and they did. They came out. They took care of business. They had a game plan, and they stuck to it most of the night. So Owen Tippett is still looking really well. He opened the scoring at 13:54 of the first period, followed by a second goal at 15.01 by Alex Bump. You know, he did really good tonight. You know, Bump had a blast. He had a wrist shot off the far boards and hit the far side top shelf, I believe, and it was a great shot. Sorokin didn't even see it coming. It went right past him, and it was nice to see. I don't think he actually thought Bump could put that up over his shoulder. Matvei Mishkov, he comes in and he gets a unassisted goal in the second period at the 2.52 mark. And then the Islanders put one up. Peugeot puts one up at like 16:37 of the second period. Third period rolls around. Travis Sanheim scores at the 9:16 mark. Let's take a peek at that. So Owen Tippett had a goal. Any assists? Nope, no assists. He had a goal. Matvei Mishkov, he assisted on Bump's goal, and so did Noah Cates. And then on Travis Sanheim's goal, Matvei Mishkov and Alex Bump. So Bump had a 2-point night. Matvei had a 3-point night. Really, really good showing. You know, we were just talking about Matvei not producing at the level he needed to, and tonight he did. He actually got on the board, a goal and 2 assists. So good for the Flyers. You know, this must have felt really great. It was a game that they had to win. They knew they had to win it, and they did, thank God. So I think we are 1 point shy of the Islanders now. I think they have 89 points to our 88. And, you know, we are trying to squeeze them out of that Metro third place spot. And looks like I think the Islanders, I think, are playing tomorrow at Carolina. So, you know, there's a good chance they're going to grab a loss there as well. And then the Flyers see the Bruins on Sunday. That's going to be a hard game, a hard-fought game. Hopefully the Flyers can flip that one over to a W for them. We had a Martone off night tonight. You know, he played well. He was digging, you know, but we're used to seeing, 5-9 shots a game. Tonight he had 1, you know, so that's okay. You know, the kid slowed down a little bit, but it was good to see him out there. He played in a big game. His line was flying. You know, their line was a TK, Dvorak, Konechny, and Martone. They were flying all over the ice. Owen Tippett was all over the place tonight. He had time to, use them legs and get wide and, bring that puck in and get some shots and some rebounds. It was a really good game. So kudos for the Flyers. They needed that win desperately, and they did pull it off. So Dan Vladar, he came in and played a fantastic game. He stopped all 22 shots, and he left in 1. So it was nice to see Dan stand on his head and do a great job. And, it was one of those things where he was a little flat the last 2 or 3 games he was out there. And, I think he needed a little bit of a break. Urson was able to come in and give him a little bit of some time off, and I think Vlad, got his head back together, and he showed up really big tonight. So good for Vladar to find his game in a game that we really needed him to find his game. We needed him to play big, and he sure did. So good for Vlad. This game was really exciting to watch. It was one of those games where the Islanders, and I mean Patrick Ross kind of crazy. I think there was 8 minutes left. His team's down 4-1, and he pulls his goalie. Yeah, he pulls his goalie. With 8 minutes left in the third, and he never put the goalie back in. And I'm sitting there screaming at this TV because the Flyers are like trying to ice it. They're trying to shoot for the open net, and they're shooting wide. I think two or three times they shot wide. TK is open on the far side, the left side of the ice, and he throws one at the net and hits the post. I think Tippett and what was it, Forster, I believe. I could be wrong. They go in on like a 2-on-1 kind of deal, and they throw it over to Tippett, or Forster throws it to Tippett, or vice versa. I'm not sure how that worked, but Tippett goes to take a shot, and Schaefer comes out of nowhere and blocks it. We had like 8, 9, 10 shot attempts on this. Maybe probably even more, maybe 10 to 15 shot attempts on this open net, and we couldn't hit it. We couldn't hit it. It was crazy. They were being blocked. They were being blocked left and right by the Islanders. There, like right when you were thought, hey, it's going to go in, they're just about to take the shot. Someone would step up and stick check the puck, or poke the puck away from them, or block the shot. So, it's kind of crazy. It was really one of those games where at the end where we thought, my God, just put one in here and end this game. So good game, real good game. Kudos to the entire Flyers team. And, I know all our fans here are happy that we are still in that playoff running. We're shooting for that third spot in the Metro, and it's not too far out of grabs. So until Sunday, we'll do another quick recap on Sunday night after the Boston Bruins game. Go Flyers.